Hi, a very good evening to all of you. Today we are going to discuss this particular task. The question goes like this. Many working people get little or no exercise either during their workday or in their free time and have health problems as a result. So the first sentence is the topic. The topic goes like this. Many working people get little or no exercise either during the working day or in their free time. They don't have they absolutely don't have any exercise, or they have very little exercise. And this happens either during their working day or in their free time. So as a result, that during their free time or during their working day, when they don't have exercise or physical activities, they would be having health problems as a result. Why do so many working people not get enough exercise? What can be done about this problem? So we have two questions. Question number one, why do so many working people not get enough exercise? At present, we do have a lot of people who do not exercise. Working people, they don't exercise. What is the reason why these working people are not doing exercise? And what can be done about this problem? Now, this is the question. So let's go ahead and see the answer here, what we have here. Let's go and analyze here the introduction. Let's go with the introduction only. We have the introduction like this. Nowadays, majority of the working population is not getting adequate physical exercise these days and are often found morbid. So I don't need these days here because I have already given nowadays. Nowadays, majority of the working population is not getting adequate physical exercise and are often found morbid. Morbid in the sense disease condition, so something like that. So we have not said a complete majority of the working population. They're not getting adequate physical exercise. Yes. There are two possible reasons behind this. Yes, we are. And the problem can be solved only when individuals take primary initiative. So we have two questions here. Why do so many working people don't get enough exercise? So we tell that there are two possible reasons behind. There are two possible reasons behind this. And the issue can be solved only when individuals take primary initiative. So it's not the external factor. It's the working people themselves, they have to make their primary initiative. Then only this problem can be solved. So this is what we have said. So we have seen the introduction part. Now let's go ahead with the first paragraph. What are the two possible reasons? Okay, so we have the first possible reason here. Let's paste it, bold. Okay. The fundamental reason is the lack of time. Yes, the working people, they don't have time. To be precise, these days, the working situations have become more competitive and insecure, so that many employees are required to stay at work for longer hours. Unlike the past, today, the work sector, the job sector has become more and more competitive. And we don't have a job guarantee these days. The job security is less these days when compared to the past. So what we have to do is that we have to dedicate to your work fully, and we have to work longer hours. A recent report says that many employees are failing to maintain a good work-life balance because of the toxic work situations. Now, we have a report to substantiate what you have said here. Why? The report says that many employees are failing to maintain a good work-life balance because they don't have the living condition. They have to compromise their normal routines, their enjoyment, their exercise, their diet. Everything have to be compromised just because they have to give more dedication and more determination towards their work. So this is something. When we have the work situation toxic, we have a lot of compulsion, we have a lot of demands from our employees, we have a lot of pressure from our colleagues. So this is something which is the main reason for this thing, the lack of time. I have to get fully occupied with work. Most of us today have to be workaholic at some point in order to tighten our grip in the job sector, or to get some promotion, because the job sector today is very competitive. Now let's go ahead and see what's the second reason. Just wait a minute. Most of the working staff today see exercise as a second priority. Now, I have to give a connective here. In addition to this, okay, in addition to this, most of the working staff today see exercise as a second priority, and this is another reason. So I just have to cancel this thing. Yes. To be clearer, after a hectic work schedule, they would prefer to either relax or engage in some entertainment activities. They would prefer either to relax or to get engaged in some entertainment activities rather than being at gyms. So we do have the second reason here. The first reason is the tight competition, the toxic work situation, lack of time, all these things. Here in the second paragraph, what we are going to see is that people, the working people, are not giving exercise as a priority. They are giving it as a second priority. It's not a first priority for them. The first priority is work. So even after their jobs, they, instead of going to gyms or some health centers or spend some time in walking or jogging, what they do is that they just go and relax because they don't have, they're exhausted. Even if they do some exercise, that would not be regular. And if it is, the time they spend would be inadequate. Now, we have said, so some of the people, they do some exercise, but that is not regular. Monday they will do, Tuesday they won't do, Wednesday they'll do, Thursday and Friday they don't do, Saturday and Sunday they do. So it will be irregular. And some of the people, they do regular exercise, but that won't be adequate enough to burn their own calories, which they take daily. So it will be inadequate exercise what they do. So we have situations here. They're not giving it as the first priority. They are seeing it as a second priority. Once they're out of the work, they go directly and relax instead of going to health centers and gyms. And if they do exercise, it won't be regular. And if it is regular, it the time they spend would not be inadequate. It won't be adequate. And this is because they have other priorities in life and not because of ignorance regarding the importance of exercise. This is not absolutely, they're well aware of the importance of exercise. They're well aware of the importance of exercise. They have to see exercise as the most prior thing after work. But they do see, they are well aware of the importance of exercise, but they are not seeing it as the first priority there. And this is what we have seen in the second point. So first we have seen the lack of time. Second, we have seen it's something else that's there. We are seeing it as a second priority. Let's go with the solution. What can be done to solve this problem? When addressing the first challenge, we have mentioned two challenges. The first challenge was lack of time, and the second challenge was we are not prioritizing that towards the first. When addressing the first challenge, that's lack of time, a working individual should make use of every available opportunity to be physically agile. For example, an employee can walk to his office or can climb the stairs instead of using an escalator. An employee can walk to his office rather than using a vehicle, or can climb the stairs instead of using an escalator. Now the meaning has clear. An employee, instead of going to his office by his own car or motorbike, he can just use a cycle, or he just can walk. Another thing is that he can just climb the stairs instead of using the escalator. So these are the two examples I have given here. Squeeze every available opportunity which is available in front of you. The second issue, that's prioritizing thing. The second issue is to inculcate. Okay, so the second issue can be addressed by inculcating some interest among these people about regular exercise. Okay, now we have said, I have added sports there. The second issue can be addressed by inculcating some interest among these people about sports and regular exercise. So we have to inculcate the interest about sports or regular exercise. This can be best done by constant self-motivation. Yes, of course, but I cannot inculcate myself, so I have to get an external source. I can avoid that particular sentence, and I can say like this. For instance, employers can provide a tempting environment for their employees to exercise, like the availability of gyms. Yes, employers can provide, can organize some physical, some sports competitions and can provide. Okay, for instance, employees can organize some sports competitions and can provide a tempting environment for the employees to exercise. Yeah, that's it. Fine. Okay, now I think that's enough. So we can provide them with some organized events, sports competitions, and some tempting environment. So this can be solved by these two measures. The first thing is that the employee can make use of every available opportunity there. Now let's go ahead with the conclusion there. We have a conclusion here. Yes. Let's go ahead with the conclusion. To conclude, it's clear that the basic reasons behind the lack of exercise among today's working individuals is personal, and they themselves can rectify the problem to a great extent with some sorts of external support. So without external support, it's not possible. We need to have an external support. So with some external support, the primary initiative has to be taken by the employees, the person itself. And that's the end of the essay explanation here. Thank you.